everybody, hey everybody, hey everybody, everybody, hey everybody, hey to the people. Can you hear me, Jay?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Uh, Welcome to the Summer House Review, episodes 6 and 7. I think we only got 2 or 3 more episodes left for the regular season, and we'll be right on out of here. But in the meantime, I want to make sure that you guys continue to like, subscribe, comment, all the things that the people have been doing for this channel. Hey Jay, how are you?
You know what? I'm back.
I'm scared
Um,
to be on here with both of you two. Oh Lord Jesus. How was your vacation?
I won't be going back to Costa Rica.
Oh, we're
You
gonna
said
get
you
into
won't.
the
I won't go. It was
Okay.
cute. It was cute for what it was.
but it wasn't all that. Okay.
Maybe you just need to go to the other side.
It's not developed enough. I mean, I knew Costa Rica wasn't like a super developed country, but the roads are very. It's just, and I got badass food poisoning my last night. So
Eh,
Jay, I know you ain't asked me, but I had an allergic reaction to food my ending time in Costa Rica as well.
yeah,
really?
my flight back was I was fighting for my life.
Mm, crazy.
Oh, well, there's gonna be a couple of people in here fighting for their lives, i.e., Amir, Natalie, Summer, maybe a little Bria, maybe a little Mariah. I don't know. We're gonna figure it out. But Asia, thank you for joining us as well. This is the Summer House Review. Tori should be here in a little bit, but if not, oh well. I'm joking. But if not, she'll always be able to give her thoughts as she is part of this panel as well as um, our other esteemed panelists. And so we'll get right into it. Summer gets a call from her nana about what do y'all call your grandmotherly figures? Right? Is it grandma? What was it?
Mine was Nana.
Nana.
Yeah.
Okay, Asia.
I called my mommy.
See, okay. I called mine. I called her. Her name is Hattie Lee, and so we call her Hallie. Like abbreviated short Hat Lee. So we call her Hallie. So I'll be like, Hallie girl, what's going on, Hallie? If Hallie watches, what's going on, girl? 95 years old, pushing through, looking good, giving it to the people. Anyway, Summer gets a call from her nana about her upcoming surgery. Her nana adopted her from her mom while her biological mother was struggling with addiction, and she did not have a father growing up. As her mother said, it could have been one of two men, and whatever. She says that she shows up for other people, but she struggles allowing others to know what's going on with her in her life, and it kind of manifests itself in these crazy, deranged outbursts that she has. I just added that in there. The house is gearing up for a big weekend as all of the what do you call it? Significant others, friends and family weekend or whatever you want to call it, are going to be coming in. Most notably, Tasia, Mariah, and Phil, Natalie, and Preston's fiance as well. So that's fun. Amir gives Natalie the rundown. Before I get to that, I do want to say that for me, seeing Preston on screen with his fiance, and they met on Jacked, and they're not. To me, they're very attractive, but they're not what reality television gives us as far as um, just examples of gayness, especially black gayness. Either they are super hyper masculine, like chiseled abs, and this, and may have a white partner or whatever, or they're like super, effeminate in heels, and all of those things are true to be said, and all those imageries are important to see across gayness or whatever. But this particular image of Preston and his fiance has not been presented on reality television yet. So it was just nice to see something deviate from the norm. So I really appreciate it. Him being intentional about that. Now, Amir gives Natalie the rundown, and he says Summer is very touchy. And if anything goes on, he reassures her that it is absolutely nothing. And Bria isn't sure why there's tension between um, between Natalie and the ladies. So, just to break it up, let's get into it. Uh, what did you guys think about this whole, oh, these women are very touchy and all these things that Amir says? And then what did you think about Summer, kind of talking to her Nana and admitting that she has problems speaking, her mind with people and opening up? What did you think about that, Jay?
Um, Summer needs to be in therapy. I honestly, I feel like it's sad, but I wasn't moved. I fast forwarded actually.
Oh, okay. Asia?
I'm the opposite of Jay. So I kind of felt it and it made sense why she acts the way she does. Not that it's an excuse, it's just the reason Summer is the way she is. Now, I won't say that she needs therapy per se, but she does need an outlet of some sort to be able to actually figure out how she's feeling.
Yeah, it's a
Um,
lot.
Amir is delusional because didn't nobody want him in that house last year. So he's a liar, and I'm not really liking how he is being one with his significant other, and I don't like how he's just being dishonest about how the ladies feel about him.
I feel like Amir is becoming the villain.
Well, he technically was the villain last year too, but it was overshadowed and overlooked because for whatever reason, people love knockoff Drakes.
Well, you got a fat ass too, so that doesn't hurt.
I
People
like
love
Amir.
knockoff Drake.
That
I
is
like
that.
I,
Amir.
I just said what I said.
You like Amir J?
I do. I like Amir. I hate his girlfriend, but I like him.
Why do you like him?
I just think he's funny. Like he's comedic relief.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think when we get into his interaction with Mariah, I mean that I definitely didn't agree with. But I don't know. He's harmless to me.
What about him lying, saying all the women in the house liked him? And that's exactly what he told his girlfriend too. So that's what she's coming into the house thinking. Do you like that part about Amir as well?
Oh yeah, I mean, I kind of forgot about that. I mean, they all lie. Everybody lies.
I mean, but that's a
Okay.
significant lie. Let's get into it. Bria calls Phil and lets him know he can come to Preston. He can come to Preston's mixer and bring Mariah with him. Mariah's already in the car with him, and Bria is gagged. Jordan and Summer are in the bathroom, and Summer is over Natalie because the first time they met, she wasn't so nice. Natalie challenges Amir for the better, so Amir says. Jordan comes out of the room and runs into Amir, who lets her know, hey, Natalie's in the other room if you want to speak to her. And Jordan opts to continue to walk down the stairs and pay it absolute desert dust. He says that Natalie knows that every single woman in the house has expressed interest in him, with the exception of Jordan. Now, there's a lot of women in there, most especially Silas's old gal, Asia. Not the comments out, what the fuck is going on? Like, what's going? It doesn't make any sense to me.
No, there's not much else to be said about that. But nobody has expressed interest in Amir. If anything, Amir expressed interest in the other ladies, and they were not moved. Like it's kind of like plain and simple. And then in terms of him like parading her around, like come meet her, come say hi to her. Didn't they meet her already at the cast party? So
Yeah, they didn't like her.
I don't get, or you can like, oh, she's in there. You can come see her. No, she can come out and come see me. I'm busy. Like this is my home.
Yeah, that was weird. Like trying to make it like a damn sip and see. Like, okay, so
Mm-mm.
what?
But Amir is not comedic relief to me. He's a loser.
I I find humor in a mirror, but I also think that there's a good dose of humor as well as a healthy heaping dose of BS. Tori B, what did you think about Amir's statement stating that every woman in the house wanted him, with the exception of Jordan?
That's a whole lot. and he needs to stop. I don't know what it is with him and lying at this point. I don't know what's going on with him or why I don't know, because I feel like this is the problem with his girlfriend. You're lying, and now this girl is very insecure, and her attitude, it shows, right? So for me, it's like you're lying, you're creating more drama than it needs to be in the house because you're lying. Like, I don't know why. But, some people are delusional in that way. So, nothing
I
new.
mean, be delusional about yourself. Don't be delusional about me. I would have to address that if it was like I was in the house and I was one of those women at the reunion, it would be getting brought up. Who wanted you again? And why are you going
I
around
didn't
telling
care.
her that?
I
Let's
want
be
to see at the
honest.
reunion who's going to say it.
Hmm,
I want to know. If the women of the house are going to call him to the carpet and say, why are you telling these lies on us? Why?
well, we're gonna find out. It looked like it was a pretty short reunion, so I'm not sure what they really addressed because they was in and out of that clubhouse pretty quick, allegedly. Anywho, Bria calls Phil and lets them know, as we mentioned. Okay, so everyone's arriving to Preston's event, including Mariah and Phil. Nick is at. Nick says that Phil's. Nick says that Phil's presence at the party does not bother him, as they only um, have been in a room together on one other occasion. Nick's at Wimbledon. He's at the Kentucky Derby. He's at the U.S. Open, golf and tennis. He's in Tokyo. He's in London. He's in South Africa. And so he doesn't care that Phil will be in the same room with him because on more often than not, it's given Phil can't get in the same room as him. Was that a little shade, Jay? Was that a little shade? What was that?
Absolutely, and I loved it. I love that type of elitist shade. I run down the receipts.
Okay. Well, Amir says Mariah wants him to make a public apology for their incident, and he isn't doing it. Mariah was voted out for putting her hands on Bria, and that's that. Natalie says that she does over 2 million in real estate, and Amir does the homes that are under 1 million, and she makes what he makes in a month in about a year. Um, is Natalie trying to sell herself to get on next season? Ooh, wait, that's the question, baby, because I got my thoughts and feelings. Asia, what's going on with the whole Natalie?
She doesn't like him. Let's be clear. She does not like Amir at all. And yeah, she's trying to get herself on regular somehow once they break up. But I think she's more so around for the show and not this man because when asked, all she's talking about is career and not their relationship. She doesn't even seem interested in him.
Absolutely, that's where I'm at with it. I think that the timing of them getting together shortly after the show was filmed, and now she's in here, getting the tea, and it's just a lot. The Natalie of it all, we're gonna get into the Natalie of it all, but she's really working my nerves, and I see what she's doing because what'll happen is he will make her his girlfriend. She will come around and have a more elevated role next season. And then they're gonna break up, and she's stuck in the house, and now we gotta deal with this bitch. So we finna get her up out of here if we can. Ain't that right, Jay?
Yeah, she got to go.
She's
She's
got to
got to.
go. We're gonna make sure she's out of here, baby. We sick of that already. Um, Mariah talks with Bria, and Bria thanks Mariah. Now, this is what really made me fall off the couch. Bria thanks Mariah for repeatedly reaching out to her on multiple occasions. Mariah says she loves Milo, and she's allergic to dogs. She snapped because it felt intentional. Bria says when she found out it was a mirror, it was like, what the fuck? Because everything could have been avoided, and they both agree. Why is Bria doing this humdrum woe me? She can't stay here. This, and that. That girl has repeatedly apologized. Bria's gotten beat up in almost every episode of the show from other girls in this house, and she makes up with them. I don't understand it. I get that you get to be judicious and who you choose to deal with, and all of these things, and the isms and the rhythms and the schisms of it all. But if Summer can beat your ass and still be in the house, then Mariah can beat your ass and still be in the house. I'm really confused at the difference in between the two. especially knowing that Mariah has repeatedly reached out to this woman on more than one occasion, that she's allegedly going to do interviews saying that she's cool with Mariah and she can come back this season. Like, I just feel like Bria is too aware or something like that this is a television show, which is a good thing, and it's a bad thing because it's not authentic. Which one is it? You don't rock with her because she violated your space and she came at you all kinds of wrong, and so that's it. Like, I accept it, but we're never gonna rock together, or not. Like, if this is what she did, then I feel like she should still be able to come in the house, and that's just going to be a source of friction and contention for us to watch and devour and watch how they move past it. But the way that she moves, it just it's all over the place. It's sloppy, and it never makes sense, Jay.
Bria feels like Mariah is beneath her. You can tell that that's not a girl that she would hang out with in real life. She's just being fake cordial for the sake of the show. I think she just doesn't give two shits about her, to be honest. And it's obvious.
Asia.
I don't. What you said.
Mm. Well, I mean, Bria, throwing these tangents about Mariah to get her way when,
It's
okay, I don't know what Tori B got going on, but Tori B, take the night off, love. I tried to give her the night off anyway. It's her birthday, and just
happy
take the night
birthday,
off, child. No
Tori.
hand, no tea, no shade. Just take the night off, sister. Okay.
But with Bria, she acts immature. She's what, like 28 or 29, and it's to the point where you have to develop your character at some point, and it's not happening. And she actually has a front seat view to see how she's acting. So even if she was acting this way last season, she could change it up a little bit this season, but she's not really reflecting on I see little changes in her, but it doesn't seem like she really gets how she's acting. And it's disappointing to see. Like, I don't have bad things to say about her, but I hope she develops quicker.
She's either an only child or the youngest child.
She's the oldest of three.
Wow, then that's definitely didn't see that coming.
She is the oldest of three.
She's honestly one of the most annoying people I've ever seen on reality TV. I do not like Bria. Like, she cannot have a normal adult conversation with anyone, and it's so insane to like witness. Like, there's no one she can have a normal conversation with, and it's just like, what are you doing?
She doesn't have guidance. I'll say it. Well, I'm not going to assume she doesn't have guidance, but being the oldest, it seems like she didn't have anyone to follow to know, like, okay, at this age, you act better. At this age, you do this. And I don't know. I'm not trying to find excuses. I'm just trying to find reasons for this young Black lady. I'm running out of them.
There's nothing. We don't have nothing to give, child. You were saying, Jay, I'm sorry.
I was saying she acts like she's on the spectrum, and I know that's not PC to say.
Okay. All right. Phil pulls the guys aside. Phil pulls the guys aside and apologizes. You don't want me to have anything, do you?
Listen.
He said allegedly. He said allegedly. Moving on, Chase. Next. Right. He said allegedly. He did. I heard it. So next, Phil said,
Oh, Lord. Phil pulls the guys aside and he apologizes, Jay, for effing up last season. The guys feel he was too chaotic, and he says he was drunk off that tequila, and doesn't remember what exactly he was saying and what exactly happened. He says, that was kind of why he was doing the things that he was doing. The guys are telling him that he's blaming it on the alcohol, and don't be Jamie Foxx. Just own up to your actions. Nick is over it, and Amir lets it go as well. Nick says if he never sees Phil again, it'll be too soon. And Jordan avoids Phil altogether. And even though he DM'd her, once she's done with you, she is completely done with you forever. The whole feel of it all, you guys. Is everyone justified in the way that they feel about Phil and it being a no deal for him actually returning to the house? Or do you think they dragged a little bit with him in this particular conversation, Jay? What do you think?
It's weird because I mean I get how he acted, and in that moment, yes, he should have left last season. But it's like again, I've said this before. Are there things that are not being shown on camera? Because if clearly there's other things about Phil that they all must not like. Because I don't get it just from that one thing. Like last year, fine, but if y'all can't move past it, like give us more context because it doesn't make sense. Although I can see how Phil is probably not. He's probably a polarizing personality, but I just don't get it.
I don't get it either. There's a huge like portion of the fandom that wants him to be a part of this group, but I don't think he can do the things that he did and be a part of a group. You alienated and pissed off everybody in the house, and they all don't want to deal with you. The Mariah thing was it pissed off one person in the house, and so she still has friendships and allies, and it kind of makes sense if she were to return. However, the feel of it all, it just does not make sense. And again, it makes me call into question Shanice and Bria as people because even me watching it, some people felt like Preston dragged it a little bit, but we do know what those words mean to us as far as, being a gay man and being called soft and all of those kind of things. And he definitely was saying it with the undercurrent of whatever you want to call it. He knew what he was doing. He was well aware of what he was doing. And, he just did too much. Unfortunately, you ruined your bag and, you did pull him to the side and apologize. They don't want to hear it. So, I don't know what else to say, but what I will say is this show has a problem of weeding out the wrong individuals once they have conflict with them. The ones that stay should be the ones that kind of go like a summer, you know what I mean? And the ones who are pushed to the side and, banished never to return again, like the Mariahs, I think are the ones who should probably have gotten the chance to stay. If that makes sense. So some people do feel like it's elitist that they do that. Now I'm gonna ask you again, Torby. Now, is this your last rendezvous with this connection?
Sorry, I had to
That's-
restart the whole computer. It was the audio was not working.
okay. What do you feel about Phil? What do you feel about Phil? Um, apologizing to all the gentlemen, and do you feel like they dragged it, or were they well within their rights to never want to deal with him again?
For me, doing nasty stuff like leaving poo in the toilet is a no for me. And that's just a cardinal rule when you share a house with people. You have consideration. And for him to just have this nonchalant attitude, like, okay, I did it, why didn't you just flush it? No, we too old for that. And I don't want to be around somebody like that on top of him being offensive to Preston and the other gentleman with his behavior. I don't want to spend my vacation with that. If you're not an adult and you're gonna act like this, I don't want to be around you. So I don't blame them either. So I don't think they dragged it. I wouldn't want to be in a house with somebody like that at all.
All right. So the day continues on. Alex helps Noelle in the house. Alex like Noelle, y'all, and that's just my opinion. I feel like he like her Asia.
He does. Alex likes everybody, but somebody like him who everybody will throw themselves at him, like you got to give him a little bit more time because he gets propositioned always.
So let him
He's a
come to
very.
you.
You said what?
Let him come to you.
Don't even say that. Like Alex is somebody because he was raised right. You're gonna have to genuinely get to know him past him being tall and attractive. Like he has layers, and I really think whatever woman he is or isn't looking for is going to not just be superficial. They're going to actually be interested in Alex, and he knows that because he's fine and he get propositioned all the time. So he gets to pick who he wants. The person has to love him back for real.
Okay,
But he loves
let's
Noel.
see. He still
Noel
want
is
Noelle though. I
what
don't
he
give a damn
thought
what y'all say. Everyone's getting ready for
Noel
Freaknik,
is who he thought Summer was.
huh?
Noel is who he thought Summer was.
Yep.
Absolutely, that's this kind of girl right there. Like she a little
Mhm.
goofy. She doesn't take herself too serious. She's insanely attractive. She got it going on. She's got a great personality. Jay, is Noelle the type of woman you would settle up with?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's my type of girl.
Okay. All right.
I'm still in love with
Everyone's,
her too. I like her. She cute.
yeah, that should be her to be homegirls. That is my dog. It's my kind of girl. Everyone's getting ready for Freaknik, and Natalie says that she cannot be a part of that, and she's going to opt to stay upstairs. Nick comes out all tatted up, and the girls begin fawning over him, touching him, and Shanice says that she's getting wet. Ugh, ugh. Jay, is there a little bit of hypocrisy going on right now with the ladies and Nick, tatted up Nick?
Absolutely. Because while I guess Shanice was kind of touching him, and even if they weren't, they're still like objectifying the man. Now, Nick look good. I'm not gonna lie. I said,
Well, Nick is
wasn't the
fine.
Stefan Urkel, but yeah, it's some hypocrisy for sure.
Okay, ooh, Lord, let me just not even, Lord Jesus, because that, those
Don't go
black
back there.
Speedos, black
Don't go back
Speedos.
there. I knew he was.
Oh my God. What's your name, baby? Tori, what you thought about who tatted up Nick and them girls touching on him, even though they said that he's touching himself?
Tatted up Nick is my kind of guy. He was looking fine, and he came through with the attitude and the swag to match, honey. So he knew he looked good. He did. He was swaggy. Go ahead, Nick. But yeah. I mean, you're right. They was handsy with him. I mean, but I think he enjoyed it.
Well, there's a comment that he makes in the episode, Asia, that me and you are going to talk about that I feel like is very interesting. Till we get to that point, make sure that make sure that the people, you guys are out there liking and subscribing. Thank you for showing us so much love, as you always do. And we're almost done with episode 6 and rolling right into episode 7. We're going to get you in and out of here on your Monday night because I just have had an exhausting time with you, Love and Marriage. Huntsville, that review was too much. And
It was.
Ciao. God bless y'all.
It was.
well, the people say they want it, and that's why we're going to give it to the people. But support me, Marlo. Help me,
Y'all
bitch.
check it out. It's
I-
lit. It's a
They
fun
got me losing my mind on that thing like I'm Summer. Ooh. All right, Jordan's Freaknik party is underway and everyone is having fun except for Summer, who never has fun at anything. Natalie joins the hot tub with Amir after saying that she wasn't going to go down there with them and do that. Do I need to pull out my Chase Luther King hat real quick? Asia, what you think? That Natalie comment was a little sus, sister. It's a
Yeah,
little
we ain't talk
suspect.
about that.
Huh?
We ain't talk about that.
No, I just broke it down, but we're gonna get into it a little bit more. So I just want to do this scene with it as well. So they're in the hot tub, and they tell everyone that they met at the gym. Amir joined Natalie's team professionally, and the next stop for Amir is engagement, which leaves all of the girls speechless because nobody likes Natalie. The girls didn't play a game. Well, everyone plays the game of Never Have I Ever, and Noelle says, "Never have I ever sucked D." And I just holler. I love that girl so much. She said it was so much conviction, so much conviction, and she just did not play the game right at all. So before we move forward, we're gonna play a game of Never Have I Ever. So Jay, we're gonna ask you to start off with Never Have I Ever.
Oh, I always lose these. I don't know. I've done too much
Fingers,
stuff.
everybody.
No, I've had sex there. I don't know. Never have I ever smoked crack.
None of us have. Hopefully.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if you have, that's your business. It's just not my thing. Asia, go ahead. Your turn.
Never have I ever not minded my business.
This means we haven't.
Yeah.
Okay. Tori, I had a,
Never have I ever fought in the street.
I lost. Not on my nosy ass beater. Well, just to conclude the squares out, Never have I ever sucked a D. No, I can't believe she said that. Um, never have I ever cheated.
Well, define cheating.
Cheating.
You cheated. I'm not
Put your
gonna
record
say.
out. Asia one.
Yeah, Asia one. I'm
All
not
right,
gonna
you
say
guys.
that.
All right, you guys. Uh, Summer gets it work. Wait, sorry. Summer gets upset and yells at Noel that that's not how it works. Bria makes a smart comment, and now Summer and Bria are going at it, but they end up making up. And Summer is just lashing out, doing the absolute most, team too much, and everyone is starting to notice that she is off. Before we move on into the big fight, did anyone have a comment regarding Natalie saying that she doesn't do that down there, but suddenly remember that there are cameras rolling and was at her ass at that hot tub? What y'all thought about that? Anybody?
It's 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 giving spicy Miami. It's giving the same in Austin. It's giving that's how they act and see us. And I think she just forgot she was mic'd up because she was in that room by herself, or she
I
wasn't
just
mic'd up, but the room camera heard it. It's either one or the other, but it
there is
gives
some,
exactly who she is.
and you know what? There's something to be said about elitism within our own community, which we see the power dynamics play out in that household, right? But for Natalie, who is not black, and her elitist, like it's like having a Kim Zolciak in the house. Does that make sense?
Why is she there? Like, why are you here? Because you and 4'5" or 5'4" can go.
Yeah.
They're not
They
getting rid of
both
him,
can.
unfortunately. I don't even want to start the campaign to get rid of him, child. I ain't gonna make
What
Oh,
he
I
taking, we don't want to see it. Like I don't care. I don't care to see him. I said he could go weeks ago before we even saw Natalie. So I'm good
it's
on
a lot of campaigning against him, like Tori just said. It's a lot of it. He's not. They'll keep Jordan before they keep Amir. They'll move Amir around,
Well,
give him a little
Jordan
real
gotta go,
estate
so
stuff.
I mean,
But I
But
feel like Amir, they don't want the show getting too black. They need a man that's not super Negro, and that's clearly Amir, because Amir, this is his first day on Earth around black folk. Um, but I do think about Natalie. It's interesting how she says, "Oh, I can't do this," but then we see at the end, when we see the preview for next week's episode, all of a sudden you're like in the mix, in the mess,
and
like.
being messy.
Because
This is
if I really don't want to be around you, I'm not speaking to you. I don't care if cameras are rolling or not. So it's just like, is it Uchiwali or is it one mic?
period.
she wants to be on this show, and she's doing what she's got to do to make her way. And these people are falling for it. And baby, I wish I'd been on that set, on that cast, in that trip. I'd have been like, girl, number who asked her anything? Nobody's like, why are you delivering that? Anyway, I
Yeah,
don't really have much fun.
I didn't particularly care for her comments. And ma'am, your boyfriend is a black man, even though he might not, but he's
that scared of black girls.
right.
Oh
And
Lord.
then she is very threatened by Jordan, who did not express any interest in Amir. And so this is why I say him like saying that all the girls wanted him is very problematic. And then you have your girlfriend around them. Like that's insane. And then I don't I understand completely why those women do not like her. She is, I mean, I got a little bougie in me, but I would never say, oh, I'm above, like she gave off, I'm above what they're doing. Girl, if we really want to go there, let's be very clear. A lot of y'all can start drinking it and then kiss on girls and all of that. I'm not with that, but I wouldn't sit here, but I'm better than that. No, I'm not. Like everybody read it that way, and that's not cute and it's not attractive. But you was involving yourself in the mess at the end of the day, so apparently you're not above it.
Mm-mm. All right, you guys. Shanice, Bria, and Noel are kicking it in the room when Summer comes into the room and says that they're having fun without her and leaving her out. Duh, because you're a Buzz Killington. And that's what she came in and did, was ruin the buzz. As Summer and Bree are working it out after their altercation down at the pool, Shanice and Noel are taking pictures, and Noel has on a big old huge afro and bursts out laughing during a pivotal moment in conversation between Bria and Summer, and Summer loses her shit and storms out of the room. She says, "Go ahead, no, I see you. Make your connections, do your thug thizzle, move up within the group." Basically, she sees her making friends with other people in the group, and it normally tends to happen that way. People, you sometimes bring people in the friend group, and you brought them in a group, and you think that you're supposed to get some sort of loyalty, and you're seeing them make connections and friendships about things and bond about things, and you have a case of FOMO or whatever you want to call it. And I've seen it happen in friend groups. But girl, it's just not really that deep. It's what you want to do. You brought her into the group with these people who you claim are your friends, and now you mad because she being making friends with them. Like it's just seemed too much, Summer. You all over the place. So they point out that Summer has her own friendships within the house that no one questions. Mainly the triangle of terror with Summer, Preston, and Jordan. And Summer says that no, you guys, listen, it's not a great friendship. It's not good at all. Like it's actually the worst thing I've ever been a part of. And she alludes that it is one big old trauma bond. Summer says that she has Bria's back, and Bria asks, "Do you?" And that gets Summer pissed off again, and she gets up, storms out of the room. But before she storms out of the room, she pushes Noel and then continues to go on a rampage, kicking and screaming, and is literally out of control. That ends episode 6, and we go right into episode 7. So thank you guys for holding in with us. Um, Noelle is wondering what other issues Summer has that she doesn't know about, and if they're supposed to be friends, why doesn't she know about these issues? Jordan consoles Summer, who is mentally exhausting. I mean, mentally exhausted, and everyone goes to bed. Jay, what did you think about that whole Summer meltdown and kicking and screaming? And she need to be on a, what they call it, a 141 hold, and send her ass to the Luna Van because she's off the chain. What do you think, Jay?
Again, with Summer, I don't understand where all this comes from. Like, none of the like the level of the outburst didn't match what the perceived slight was. It was just like, okay, so you're having a mental breakdown because you don't know how to make friends, or like what is it? Um she's very she just reminds me of like a white woman perpetually in distress.
I don't live for it. I just like she is like what do they call it? Like what's that movie where the lady just I don't know. She just is like one nervous tick from like self destruction, and I think that
She's she's unraveling before our eyes.
yeah. And Preston made a comment after the reunion that some people were not meant to be on reality television, but then he was immediately seen afterwards in a video with Summer. So I thought he was talking about her. So if he's not talking about her, who could he be talking about? Because in my opinion, that girl is not fit to be on this show right now. It is not a good time for her. Asia, Summer Dahmer, where you at with this whole thing, child?
I think that when she watches this back, she's going to realize she has to be more careful with her drinking and not mentally being able to handle herself drunk. So I when we get sober Summer, she's more fun, she's like tolerable. It's always like at night when they're drinking or out that we get this girl who's unbearable. And if you're going to be in this social situation, you're either going to have to be sober or be able to figure out how to handle your alcohol, which we later see that that is something that's adding on to whatever she's going through internally. And hopefully she looks back on this and is like, I need to change a lot faster than I have been. And maybe she'll, I don't know, realize she's going through stuff and she needs an outlet. Um, she seems like a liability to
It's a
Bravo
liability.
Yeah,
right now.
absolutely.
Hold on, you
Absolutely.
guys. Hold on. I'm sorry. You were Asia. You were saying.
Yeah, I'm like, she just seems like a liability to Bravo at this point, and they might have to have like a hotel on standby or something for her if she keeps getting out of control in the evening. Or we just need to figure out like when this shift happens so we can avoid it. I think that's the first thing. But her just going off is, bless you, her just going off and just losing it when she's drunk because her mind goes somewhere is sad to see. I don't like seeing any black girl like that. So while I feel like she needs some resolve, somebody, a producer, somebody actually does need to step in when this is happening.
Yeah, and I know who need to step in. Thank you, Sean, for letting me know what it is. Someone needs to be put under a 5150 hold, and that's what the hell is going on. We're gonna move right along. Nick is running a 5K marathon that nobody cares about, and is preparing for his girlfriend Tasia and their friends and family to visit for the weekend. Um, Amir asked Nicole, not Nicole, what is her girlfriend? Is it just name Nicole? What's her name?
Natalie.
Natalie. I wrote down Nicole. I'm sorry.
Oh, her.
Amir asked Natalie how did last night go for her, and she said it wasn't her vibe. And she clarifies not the ladies themselves in general, but their behavior is not their vibe. And so now, are we? Is this Tori me feeling like elitism, or is it starting to feel like racism? Because it's starting to piss me off either way.
So, I mean, all right. It's kind of hard to describe because I recently had a conversation about with somebody about people in Miami and how they act, and this is kind of part of it. And nobody likes it.
Well, there's a
Um,
lot of racism in Miami too,
it
though. So
is, it is, it is, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. It's tiptoeing, but like I said, I do feel like she believes she's better than everybody, every other woman in that house, and I don't know what Amir has said to her. But also, you shouldn't come into the house with that kind of attitude, especially if you're going to be staying there with all these people because you didn't have to be there. You're a guest, and you should act as one. And she has not. It's just been nasty, not try to get along with anybody or be nice. So for me, it's weird to me how you go from that to you then being messy and inserting yourself in other people's business that got nothing to do with you. So you need to choose one. Because if it was me, I'd be like, sis, no, not sis. Hey, Natalie, this ain't none of your business. And you don't know what happens when you insert yourself in everybody else's business. And I hope Tasia knows better because she's an op at this point.
mm-mm. All right. Let's move right the hell on. Summer vows to do better. And I just want to say, Natalie, girl, I mean, we can pack this up. Natalie's a chop. It's a dub. Summer vows to do better and begins her apology tour. Speaking of tours that no one cares to watch, we get in another clip of Nick running and nobody's there to support him doing so. Everyone's talking about the incident, and Bria is talking to Natalie about it while Alex Preston and Noel are discussing it as well. Um, the whole time Summer's eavesdropping, and they feel that if you cannot handle your liquor, maybe it's best you examine your relationship with it. Summer apologizes to Noelle for putting her hands on her and says, and she says that Noelle was on the receiving end of her anger with Bria. She's going through a lot and she's taking it out on everybody else. And she really didn't want Noelle in her space at that time because she knew that she was a ticking time bomb and it might explode on Noelle. Noelle says that she feels like it's something deeper. She does understand that Summer has a lot going on in her personal life, but she too is going to also need to go ahead and take a break on the friendship because a drunk mind speaks sober thoughts. Jay, what did you think about Noelle pretty much accepting the apology and also going ahead and saying, you know what? While I accept your apology, I'm going to need the space for my mental peace because you're going through something and it's obviously a lot deeper than what you're telling me it is. Is Noelle feeling like the girl is a little jealous of her becoming that girl in the house? Like, where are we at with this, Jay? Where are we at with it?
I don't know that Noelle think that I don't know that she thinks she's jealous. I think that Noelle is confused. but I think Noelle handled it very well. I think Noelle she feels like a good friend. I think she was able to properly verbalize her boundaries and where she was, but still show Noelle support. I mean, show Summer support. And this conversation, like these are two women, and even Summer at her most manic, she can still come back enough off the ledge to talk to folk. They need to knock on Bria's head and get this into her because she can't interact with people like this.
Because honestly, this is all that Summer. Bria refused to allow Mariah into that conversation that they had before they voted the lady out of the house. But I really felt like a conversation could have been much suited and done with. I also want to say that I respect Noelle for being friend enough to listen and lend support while also protecting herself in the process. A lot of people don't know how to do that in the moment, and she was able to clock it, process it, and move through it. Asia, what did you think about it?
I'd rather speak on the conversation Noelle and Preston. Summer and Preston had.
Okay, so we'll just table everything for now. We'll move right along. As Natalie tells Jordan what Bria told her. I think I did already read that. No. Okay, Natalie tells Jordan what Bria told her Summer said about their friendship by the pool. Noelle says that she hurts for Summer, and though she can tell Summer is going through a tough time, she's valid in wanting some space to evaluate the friendship. Nick is back home, and again, no one cares that he came in 5th place, even though that number 5 is starting to hold a great deal of significance to him, as we'll get into in just a little bit. And it is coming up time for Lux on the Bluff, so he calls a meeting, and he wants everyone to pitch in to clean up the house after the Freaknik event. Bria says that nobody helped her set up for Briacella when it was time for her event, although a flashback shows that Nick and others helped her with her event, as I'm sure they did. And Bria is not too enthusiastic about cleaning restrooms or bathrooms. She says that it's break and they're on vacation and hire someone to do it if that's the case, because she isn't doing it. Quick yes or no. 1, 2, 3, agree or disagree. So when I say 1, 2, 3, agree or disagree, the question is Bria a spoiled brat? 1, 2, 3, agree or disagree?
Agree.
Agree.
Yeah, I didn't. 1, 2, 3, agree or disagree?
Agree.
Agree.
But I ain't cleaning bathrooms either.
Yeah, no, I'm not cleaning bathrooms.
I understand that you may not want to clean the bathroom, but have you ever occupied this bathroom before? Have you ever used it?
Well,
If
why
you
does
use
she
it,
sit there
everybody's
and
gonna take a
beg?
I'm sorry, everybody's gonna take a turn cleaning that up this summer. I don't play that.
She begged for a task and she wanted it immediately. So he said the first thing that came to mind. Like, let's be
Yeah.
real in this situation. It wasn't like, well, you dust bucket, you go clean bathrooms. No, it was okay. She's like, I want it now so I can go. Okay, bathrooms, I guess. I'm not ready, but okay.
I wish we had on this show. We need someone who like shamelessly leans into their bouginess. Like I wish we had someone who is just truly so above it all that they're just so over the top.
Natalie.
And that could be Bria because it's really who she is. And I wish she would just lean into it. Girl, go hire a maid. Go get somebody. Bring them in. I would have thought that would have been hilarious. And I would have sat there.
I will give you $100 to hire somebody to come do this.
Right. Like I need camp. Like we're in Martha's Vineyard. We really need like a super campy bougie person.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, Bria is bougie, but does she have the coin to back it up?
No. And that's why she with who she with. And she really can't stand it.
To the back cave. Go and clean the bathrooms up, sister. Nick calls the whole house out for not supporting him, and they thank him for sharing.
He was right. He was right, though. He really was right in feeling how he felt, but the response was
he needed to read the room, though. They look how chaotic the night before was. Everybody was drained emotionally. It just was like, sorry, bro, but it was crazy last night. Nah.
I get
everybody's valid for feeling how they feel, both sides.
Right.
Somebody could have went on down to the thing, child.
Somebody could have
Noelle says after,
Somebody could have went to see him come in 5th place.
Somebody could have went on down to the thing, child. Noelle says after the night they ain't thinking about that 5K, no damn 5K marathon. He really wants Tasia to come back to a better environment, and so he has enlisted the house guests to make sure that the house is clean for his woman, as well as her whole security team staff, because she's gonna have cousins, brothers, sisters, aunties, and uncles with her this weekend to make sure that she's safe in the house amongst these women. Nick says that he loves that Tasia. Now, this is what I want to talk about, Asia. Me and you. Let's do it. Nick says that he loves that Tasia gives him grace because he's not perfect. What up with that?
What you mean? He said what
He's
he
touchy handsy, feely. He didn't tell them girls to 2 weeks into, like, almost 2 weeks into the house, he had a girlfriend. You know, it sounded like he done cheated before is what it sounded like to me, and she took it bad.
said. Possibly. Like, we don't know for sure, but what we know is she does give that young man grace. Now, Tasia, I don't know if you've seen her Instagram or anything about that young
She's a
lady.
beautiful woman from what I did see,
She
though.
is beautiful and she pole dances. Like, she got some strong legs. She twirls on that beautiful pole beautifully. Like, she's that girl too. So we don't know what the grace is for because Tasia can get it too. I'm just saying. And I saw that young lady in person as well. I saw her when I met Nick. And she didn't care what he even did like in her face because I think he's like I said, I think he's an affectionate person.
What did he do in
And
her face that she didn't care about, Asia?
he would be in other girls' faces talking to them, telling them how pretty they are.
Huh.
Not in my presence, and I'm very secure.
And I think that by the way he was saying it, me witnessing it, is he thinks, oh, you like your outfit's fire. You look gorgeous. You look pretty. We were at the Polo Classic. So again, I don't think that she feels any type of way about a beautiful woman because she's fine. She's beautiful. She's fit. She's smart. She has everything going for her. So if something has happened in the past, maybe she's let it go, or maybe they both have done something. Who knows? Like it's all speculation at this point. But what we do know is she gives that young man grace, and she don't seem like she leaving no time soon. And there's always a reason for not leaving, whether it's smart or dumb.
All right, well, let's move on. I just something about that comment stuck out to me. I want to talk about it. I think
Mhm.
he's cheated in the past, maybe. I don't know. What you giving them so much of grace for, baby? This not the table. We not about to eat. So I don't understand.
Probably them tattoos. He probably spray paint them tattoos on right after he do something wrong.
And then put on the bicycle shorts. Oh my God.
That little tank top.
I'm like, I forgive you, baby. You right. Yeah, go out there and touch her face too.
I
Um,
don't care how
Jordan,
big your penis is. I ain't forgiving no cheating. Get out of here.
Mhm.
that's you and your square, baby.
Tori, have you had that kind of penis? To be
Yes, different
the
strokes
forgiving
and
penis
different
is a
folks.
hard thing to give up.
Well, Jay, well, I was gonna say something. I don't want to lead in with that, but all I would say is, no, I'm not gonna say nothing about that either. Go ahead. We're just gonna move on because I was gonna say, well, if you stroke it right,
Yeah, but some of them got big ones and don't know how to use them either.
I don't think that's his
Tori,
case.
he gotta know what he's doing. Like there's
No,
no way
that's
around
true.
it.
Some of them do have big old things. I don't know what's going on down there with
I'm
it.
serious.
I really feel like he specifically knows what's going on. He know, like he said, he know when it look like Stefan, and he know when it look like Urkel. He know what he doing. He
Jay, what you
knows.
think?
I agree.
With what?
He knows what he's doing.
You know how to
He-
park that
he's
boat.
he's. I will say Nick has a swag to him. When I saw him in person, we passed each other, but I was like, huh, okay. Like I get it. I get it. I get it.
Oh, you heard what?
He's
Well,
kind
she
of
know how to twirl on that thing too.
All right, y'all. Let's move on. We're almost done with the episode. Thank you guys for tuning in. Jordan asked Summer about the comment that she made about it not being easy to be in the triangle of terror. And Summer says it is not them. It's just that her relationships are falling apart. and it seems like Jordan is now looking to take distance from Summer as well. Bria is over Summer, and Summer is eavesdropping yet again and walks up to Bria to ask her to have a side conversation about it. Bria shuts that down and says that she too needs her space from Summer and wants to keep her at arm's length. Everyone is getting ready for the event that night, and Natalie says that she only drinks 1942 of Class Azul.
Casa Azul ain't all that. So what's she saying? All right, thank you. It's overpriced.
Very overpriced. Oh my god, I was
Pretty bottle.
distressed.
Right. And so what is she
You
saying?
You doing
She's
craft
saying
looking
that
at
you Negroes in this house don't have no good liquor, and that's all I drink.
Okay,
How many times
Giselle.
does she ever wear a KKK hoodie for you guys to get it?
What did Amir with his let me shut up.
No, say it.
Since she been bragging about how much more money she make than him, you gotta bottle them. Like itch, okay? I ain't like that either. That was very elitist. Why are you telling everybody you make how much more you make than your man?
I don't
Or
know.
we supposed to be impressed by the alcohol you consume? Girl, if you don't take this Jose Cuervo shot like everybody else and go home by the way,
Now
And I ain't
I think
about
that's
drinking
illegal to
Cuervo
me.
either.
I'm
Sure.
none
sorry,
of
because
them.
I'm not drinking that, but I get
I'm
it.
above it. I'm above it.
I'm above it.
Well,
Ooh,
I'm
it's so
above it
funny
if
how.
I'm not already drunk. I'll say that.
Thank you.
No,
Because
I
if you
can't
don't
do
just
it.
drink the shot like the rest of us, or sit down, just sit down.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. The thing is, like, that'll have me sick. So I really try to drink liquors that do not have me sick. You
But
know what
when
I
you get
mean?
of a certain age, yes, you do have to watch what you drink. But or you
Did
gonna
you just
start
tell
acting
me
like
home?
this. However, this is an online drink. Girl, regular Don Julio gonna do you just fine.
And I like Don Julio too.
Yes.
I love Don Julio. All
You
right, you
you get what I'm
guys.
saying? It's just
Oh, I was
oh,
waiting for you to drop that.
oh,
All right, so give me one
hold on,
second.
hold
All right,
on,
you guys.
hold on, hold on.
Get your
That
wigs
was
together.
Waiting for
hold
it.
on. Put my wig in. I gotta put my
That's very aggressive.
You need me to read it?
No, I'm good.
Please.
Hold on. It's just this.
Mm.
Everybody, let me go on with the show now. Good Lord. All
Oh
right.
my god.
While that's up there, Amir runs into Mariah in the kitchen and they have a side conversation. Mariah says that she was hurt by him last year for not speaking up last season. She says that he's a realtor, so he should know home etiquette and not mix dog clothes with human clothes. She tells him his actions caused a lot of trouble, and he finally does apologize, but says that his actions did not force Mariah's actions, and he isn't sure what she wants from him. They do squash it and move on, but he immediately tells the other gentleman in the house that it went exactly like he thought it would go. He is not taking the entire blame for the whole situation, and Nick is over what happened, and we are over it as well. However, someone has unearthed this tweet that Amir made over 10 years ago, you guys, saying what it says. And after watching his interaction with Mariah, after knowing that he applied to be on the initial summer house and didn't get that one, I guess they may have held him allegedly to come over to Summer's house, Martha Vineyard, along with Jordan, while they were getting a group together and slotting him in here, where he admits first season that he did not hang out with black people a lot before this. So learning his black history has been intriguing to him. The conversation with Mariah and the way that he failed to protect, failed to protect her in some people's eyes. Now this tweet is unearthed. Asia, what do you think about this whole situation now that we see how his thought process amongst towards black women was growing up, and then the way he handled the whole Mariah situation.
I think I think he's whack. Um, big loser energy. Stay in Austin with that bullshit. To be quite honest, um, you're scared of black girls. Great, thank you. Please stay away from us. Don't make a dime off of me, please. I don't care if that was 10 years ago. That's something you don't unlearn. You don't get unscared from the boogeyman. You don't get unscared from scary movies. So how you gonna get unscared from black girls 10 years later? You meant what you said, and you are. That's why you applied for regular summer house, and that's why you're uncomfortable now. And that's why he came on the show the way he did last year. And this whole situation that with Mariah, I 100% feel like Mariah didn't have to react the way she reacted because, as we see, Bria was so confused as why Mariah came up to her and put her clothes on her chest, dog clothes. Like she just didn't even understand what was going on because she didn't do it. Now, Amir, all he did was this during their conversation say something. It was me. He's dangerous. At the end of the day, men like Amir are very dangerous towards the black female species. And I'm going to say it, I'll say it once and I'll say it again, and I'll say it 1,000 times. You not speaking up lit fire to the situation. Mariah, in that moment, was not at all trying to tell Amir, take responsibility for my reaction. Take responsibility for what you did because it's dirty and nasty. You're dirty and nasty. That's nasty thing. And you also don't really care about hygiene because I'm allergic to dog hair, right? So it being everywhere, it being on my towels, it being on my sheets, is going to cause me harm. And also, where I get where Mariah's reaction came from, even though I will not give her an excuse, Bria acted like she didn't care what Milo was doing before because when they brought it up to her calmly, she said, "That's a you problem." So, in Mariah's mind, it's still a you problem. And I don't care how my dog affects. So her reaction makes sense. While it wasn't 100% warranted, it makes sense. So not an excuse, but let's not act like we don't understand exactly where it came from. And Amir, leave. You pack you and Natalie up and go. You don't want to be here. You don't want to be here. You don't want to be amongst these people. You wanted Jordan a little bit, maybe, but you turned on her as soon as she said she don't want you. She never gave any advances to you. She never acted like she wanted you. Jordan is pretty similar to Alex, where a lot of men want her. So you have to actually sit there and dig deep with her to get her. There's nothing that's gonna you just being attracted to her doesn't work for her. So Amir, you didn't pass the vibe check, and it's okay. And you know why you didn't pass the vibe check, and it's because you weren't raised by a black woman.
Mm.
And we can
Tori,
tell
quick
by you
thoughts.
putting dog
I'm sorry.
clothes in the linen.
A little nasty. So I just don't understand what would make him do that, but he probably just wasn't thinking. I don't know. Tori
He's
D, your
right.
quick thoughts.
I'm gonna say this. Okay,
Hmm.
cool. You're scared of black women and you're a black man. This is very unfortunate. But honestly, then why are you on this show? Why are you trying to learn your black experience? Why are you I just don't get it. And the thing is, I understand the tweet was certain, like you gotta understand when you on television or you're in spotlight on you, these things can come back to bite you in the ass. And I hope they bring this up. They may not, right, on the reunion, but this is disgusting. We
Mm.
have, as black women, we have enough to deal with, and you're gonna go tweet something like that. I don't care how long ago it was. Then what are you here for? Because the whole thing is about the black experience, and you're in the house sharing space with black women. So now I don't feel safe around you. I'm scared of you because which one are you? Pick a side. I get that your mother is not a black person, but your daddy's side, you got aunties, grandmas, they black. You scared of them too? Come on.
Jake, your quick thoughts before we move on.
Um, no, I agree.
Listen, it's highly irresponsible for you to tweet this and to leave it up to think that you would be going unchecked. Pretty sure he doesn't even remember tweeting that. It was so long ago. But what I will say is, whether he unlearns it in the future, I don't think up until this point he had unlearned that behavior. Just watching the way he maneuvered with other women in the house, especially with that issue. I keep going back to the Bria and Mariah of it all, the Bria issue, because the way he handled it, the way he sat back and watched her take the fall. I think that he was afraid of a black woman in that moment too, because he knew that the wrath was going to turn from Bria to him, and so he let Bria get fried in the process. Mariah's out. He doesn't have to deal with any of it. I just think that that's completely shitty. I think it's trashy, and I think that he needs to do absolutely better if he's going to continue to be in Black House.
He a punk. That's it. That's what we call a punk.
Very corny, very baby.
Mariah really should have cussed him out like during that, because he gaslit her so badly. And the thing was, he almost had it. He just should have shut up halfway through that. Like once he started saying, "I'm sorry you felt," no.
Did you see what she tweeted, Jay? Did you see what she tweeted?
I saw her tweeting, and it seemed like she was talking about Jasmine. And
she talked about that situation too. She talked about that moment where they didn't show everything, because she said they had a little bit more of a back and forth, but because it would put Amir in more of a bad light, that they didn't show that part, because he was antagonizing her, hoping that she would start going off and cussing.
That's dangerous, and that's the part I don't like.
And he's a dangerous young man. That is all I have to say about that. He's a danger to the Black woman, or men like that are a danger to the Black woman. You trying to antagonize us, already knowing that we get this angry Black girl edit, and then you actively try to pull it out of us, even when we are suppressing our feelings and our thoughts and not vocally. She's just trying not to get kicked back out the house.
That's manipulation, and I just don't. And that's why I said him being in that house is a dangerous thing. You can't. Why would you do that? So then he's essentially acting like a Karen. So because you are part Black, you think it's okay to do this? No, absolutely
not. He gets to tap into his Blackness when he feels like it.
I don't like that. And I'm mixed. But first thing I tell you is I'm Black. My mama's Black, I'm Black.
Well,
but you're from up north, and I'm not trying to sound funny, but that makes a difference from my experience dealing with people who are mixed race, because when I've always met people who were mixed race with Black, they have always been Black presenting, even if they have like a little emo in them, little Maroon 5, but they still have always presented Black. So once I moved to the South, I was like, y'all get to pick. Okay. I mean, learn me something, but I didn't know. I just didn't know.
Who else picked?
Who?
Brand from Real Housewives of New York reboot. Ooh! I'll just go ahead and wrap this up, and we're going to end the episode here, and we're going to say, Amir, we don't want to hear you say N-word no more. We don't want to hear it. It's over with. You're done. You're out of it. With that being said, Preston and Summer talk about her comment regarding their friendship, and she says that it's a her thing and not a them thing. Preston says that he would have loved to have been the fun friend for her as well, because he understands that they talk about pretty heavy topics, but he is surprised to hear how she really truly feels about the triangle of terror, is what I call them, the triangle of doom, and doom, gloom. Nothing blooms, honey. The triangle of doom and terror. He's saddened to hear that she no longer, holds that relationship in high esteem. Him and Jordan are in their confessional, basically stating that, they want friendships that are just about more than twerking. They want to be able to laugh and cry together as well, encourage each other for growth. And it seems like they thought that they had a triangle of doom going on. And now it's, I guess yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, so how would I say it? Double dose, they do. No, dose, they do. The two are doom. Dose mean two, right?
Yeah, dose means two.
Dose, they do. The two are doom.
Dose, they do?
I don't know how to say doom in Spanish. And it's Spanish. I don't know how to say doom. Somebody look up doom for me, and I figured it out. Anyway, the duo of doom now are one less, and it seems like the theme this episode is everyone is ditching Summer when she needs them the most. But can you blame them? Because she's going to yell at you, rip pictures off the wall, and then push you. Preston and Jordan say that Summer's looking to be someone's number one, and looks like she's on her own now, kid. Amir thinks one of the guests. Um, oh, okay, yes. Amir thinks that one of the guests for the weekend is Jordan, and Natalie gets mad. Hold on, wait. Let me go ahead and do this before we get to that. I'm sorry. Let me just throw this back up here real quick.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, let me just throw this up here real quick. Amir thinks that one of the house guests is Jordan, and Natalie gets mad at Amir, most likely because of the failed romantic pursuit that Jordan had, well, excuse me, that Amir had with Jordan last season. And she doesn't want she doesn't want to hear him mention Jordan's name out of her mouth. He eases her by saying, it's a mistake and it could have happened to anyone, most especially because they have like 6 different wigs in the house. Asia, where are we at with that comment? Mhm.
Give her a minute.
I'm back. Sorry, guys.
What do you think of that comment he made to um, Natalie about mistaking the black woman for another black woman because they wear 6 different wigs in order to put her mind at ease for being insecure about Jordan?
Dangerous. Very dangerous once again. And then it just minimizes her alopecia um, issue that she has going on. It just minimizes her whole experience and it minimizes the black woman experience. And the fact that you're so scared of black women, but you're quick to comment on something that's going to offend them or you mean to offend them. Now, a black girl with 6 wigs is very rich. Let's be very clear because wigs are not cheap. We have cheap ones, but even the cheap ones really are expensive. So let's start there. But second, like you
Now,
really
wait a minute. Let me just ask you real quick. I hate to cut you off. Jordan wigs expensive?
no, not those. But
Okay, I just want to be clear. I just want to know for me.
or they actually could be. She just doesn't have the
Style
person to pluck it and place it. Because the wig is not only expensive to get real human hair, but then it costs another $300 to $400 to get it plucked, bleached, laid, and then when it starts lifting a little bit, get laid again. And like nobody would know more than I do. Like I know when my wig is gonna have to sit on top of my head because I don't got the extra funds to get it laid back down. So anyway, the wig experience is an expensive experience. Having alopecia is not cheap. It's an expensive. Um, what I can't remember what kind of disorder it is, but it's expensive. It's not cheap. I told you guys like I have traction alopecia. My visit alone with insurance is $600. My meds are $400, $500, $600 just to have it. And I have a head full of hair, so I don't even have alopecia like most people. Like most people with traction alopecia have traction alopecia. So again, it's very dangerous. You're trying to make a joke about black women looking alike. One, wearing wigs. Two, it's dangerous. It's disingenuous, and get him off my screen as baby BBL Drake. I don't like it. I don't want him here. I don't want to. I love this show. But I would keep Jordan before I kept him because at least Jordan has a stank attitude, but it's authentic to her. Him being authentic is so white adjacent that nobody can relate. We saw him trying to hop in like he was Usher trying to shimmy. He don't even know nothing about it. All he said was if he hops in your line, he's gonna get his hand smacks. And we know if you hop in a Kappa's line, you're gonna get more than a hand
in their
smack.
hands.
So, let's be very clear. Like you even that right there shows me you know nothing, not one thing about us except the cool parts. And don't talk about black women's wigs. Like I'm very tired of men talking about black women's wigs when they're not bad. Jordan, I get it. But like when just because we're wearing them, like that being something that you retaliate back with, that's something that you rarely see women go back and forth about. Like, we like our wigs, we like looking different, we like it short, we like it long, we like doing everything. We know how to grow our hair. Leave us alone. Leave us alone. But that was dangerous to me. And the fact that he felt comfortable even saying that about his housemate to this girl.
That you was after at when you, because you claimed her when you first came in the house. Okay? You claimed her. That's me. I'm going after.
And got mad at Alex for actually saying you claimed her.
Yep. So maybe she's very early on in her wig journey because the alopecia is getting worse. Listen, when you first start out, you're not going to go get the expensive thing. You need to find what works for you. I mean, look at Kim
Everything can be
Zolciak.
established as my wig, Tori. I know.
Look at Kim Zolciak. She started out with synthetic and eventually she got better with it. That's just what happens with wigs. So, but at the end of the day, saying that all black women look alike, because to me, that lady did not look like Jordan. So for me, he is honestly becoming, I don't want to say, it's microaggressions, and I'm just not here for it because I'm trying to not say racist, but you're starting to look like a Karen to me, to be honest. I mean, Kevin, I'm sorry. A Kevin, whatever you call the male version of a Karen, that's him. And I think you're showing your real colors now that your white girlfriend is in the house.
All right, the party is going on and everyone is strolling. And Simon comes downstairs in that ugly ass blow up duck suit. Bria is pissed and said, "Huh?
Flamingo.
That's not a duck.
It's different.
It's a bird, right?
Yeah, it's a flamingo.
Okay, well, thank you so much, thank you, National Geographic. Simon puts on that duck suit. That's ugly. And Bria is pissed and says that if he doesn't take it off right now, she's gonna dump him. Everyone's confused with what's going on. Simon doesn't know what's going on. He just does not want to be talked to like that by Bria. He's passing gas all over the place, so people are trying to confuse, break it up, but then they get a whiff of that ass, and it's just like, what's going on? I don't even think he passed gas. I think he probably might have been sweating out of that suit, and he took it off, and they got the smell of what he had going on downstairs. They were like, oh, hell no. Nah. How do you sleep with that? Anyway, child, don't get me in trouble up here. All right. So Simon is making a scene and she's embarrassed. And so they take the fight upstairs. And she says she told him that this was not the event. She's embarrassing him and making her look bad in front of her friends. And she says that this highlights a larger issue that they're having where he does not respect her feelings and her thoughts on things. And he puts himself first. Jay, while they're breaking up and she's done broke up with him 3 times and told her she's going to put his stuff to the curb like a Mary J. Blige video, everybody's downstairs doing an electric slide. And so I just think that underscores how happy we are that they probably are going to end up breaking up, because anytime that Bria gets knocked down 1, we all up 10. How did you feel about the Bria and Simon of it all? And I do want to know, do you think that after we've seen these last 2 episodes, and they're building, in my opinion, a microaggression mountain. At the top of that mountain is always, as I always say, is racism. Where do you feel like Amir and Natalie are on that microaggressive mountain?
So Amir and Natalie, I think Natalie's higher than Amir, but they're both kind of. I think that Amir is more microaggression. I think Natalie is more outwardly. I don't F with y'all. I'm not gonna go so far to put the racism on Amir just yet, but I think that there's undertones. As far as Bria and Simon, Bria just does the effing most. See, I censored myself. She does the most. Yes, Simon went down and it wasn't the right time or right place, but nobody wanted to be at this Congressional Black Caucus mixer anyways. It needed a little bit of fun. Nick is the worst person to throw a party. That was a boring party. So if anything, Simon, yes, wrong place, wrong time. But
were you there, beloved?
he brought some much needed levity to that, because if I were there and Nick was talking about some dead person, I'd be like, look, I'm trying to get drunk. You can put this on Instagram.
It wasn't as luxe as they thought, because he ordered ordered pizza, child. I was why you didn't get them to cater?
What is the budget over there? And how
it is a Congressional Black Caucus work mixer. You can go to 1 million in one of those in DC. The same vibe, same Greek people being Greeky and mixy.
Folks said put on a suit to eat pizza.
Right.
Well, you guys.
That's what the streets said.
That was
is that what the streets said?
The streets
no,
said
we're not done.
To eat pizza.
We're not?
No.
There's
I have
more?
something to say. I have something to say.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, my sister.
I want to say something real quick about Preston's interaction with Summer. I like the fact that he told her, like, I'm not going to throw you away. And I think that means something, because he sees, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He sees she's going through something, and he's going to, even though it's not fun right now, I think he's like, I am the serious friend, because I'm the one you actually can talk to about this stuff. And I get that it's heavy on you, but you should come to me with this stuff. So I appreciated that part. Now, me, I am bougie, and I like having a slice of pizza in my nice gown. Call me an overdressed girl or whatever. I just like getting dressed up. I really don't care if we're eating sushi, carbone, or we are having steak and shake. Like, if I want to put on a pretty dress and be cute, I'm going to do it. And I don't know if that was the full meal. I feel like that was the after meal. Like, the big old boxes of pizza were like, well, if you're still hungry, we got pizza inside. Because you notice the whole event was actually outside. And then inside, what I've noticed is they always go inside after the outside party. And I don't know if that's like a production thing or what, but they always start kicking it inside for real. And that's when we always get like the drama after whatever the event was that was going on. I want to see the Congressional Black Caucus on TV as well. They've been slipping and sliding this whole time. We can have a serious moment. We can have a fun, elevated moment. We can have a DC moment. We can have a Giselle. You shouldn't be rapping at the tea party moment, Monique. Like, we can have those moments. And I really thought it was beautiful that Nick was able to express that he is actually going through something. He lost somebody this year, and all these coincidental vibes like are adding up and mean something to him. Like, I definitely appreciated that for sure.
Yeah, I thought it was a touching scene. How vulnerable he was. Mentioning, he was openly in mourning, and I don't mind him. I don't mind that, Jay. Now, am I coming to a memorial for somebody I don't know? To support you, maybe, but not really. I don't mind us taking the time to acknowledge him. You know what I mean? And this is the reason for the season. We're gonna turn up and have a good time. To support you, Nick, while you're mourning your loss of your friend, and the angel numbers and 5. All that was all right. I don't mind it. It's just like, as long as like I'm not like, I've been a nasty. I've been a nasty girl. My friend died. I'd be like, no.
But if you think about the sequence, he said it during his speech while he came in 5th place. Like, he felt compelled to say it at the time. It wasn't the whole theme of the night. He just said, like, I plan when I do this event, I plan on him being here.
I'm not one, like, please, if you didn't explicitly tell me that this is what I'm coming to hear, I don't want to hear it.
Well, that wasn't what it was for. He added
I know.
It was Lust on the Bluff. It was part 2 of what they did last year. He added it in. So that wasn't the theme of the night. He didn't tell everybody to wear reds and throw up your 5. Like, he just said, like, I ran this race this morning, and guess what? I came in 5th place. So guess what? I got an angel watching over me. Let's be godly.
They should have felt like crap after hearing that, knowing that they was too tired from summer BS to not support the man. And then when he got there, we said, I came in 5th place this morning. Everybody said confetti.
And y'all dirty people need to clean up this house because my girl coming. Because y'all dirty is what he really said.
Well, we need to clean up the house, but see, here's the problem I have with that. Right now, we need to clean up the house because the house dirty, but I don't need to clean up the house because your girl coming. I don't give a damn who she is, but I do agree we need to clean up this nasty ass house. You get what I'm saying?
I got it. But he
Okay.
also said, he pretty much was like, my mama coming.
Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. With that being said, that's episode 6 and 7. I believe we only have 3 more left. Next week, the week after that is the finale, and I don't know how many parts of a reunion they're getting. I got some reunion tea. I can't spill it though, unfortunately. I've been banned from spilling it. Just
You give us
know,
some allegedly spilled tea.
okay, allegedly somebody got their ass wore out. That's all I got to say. I can't
It
say no
needed to
more.
be summer, but
I did hear that.
Was it a girl
Allegedly
or a
somebody got
guy?
their ass wore out, baby. Now, Jay, any reunion tea that you have that you are able to spill?
Uh, mm, I haven't really pried around for much,
Okay, all
honestly.
right. All right. Well, what we're gonna do is, I think that we're gonna double up 8 and 9 again, the finale, and I don't know because that's the finale. We're probably gonna go. We're probably gonna go live for the next 3 weeks, and that's probably how we'll do an episode each, live each Monday. After this wraps up, then the 7:30 time slot, excuse me, on Mondays will be occupied by Love and Marriage Huntsville. But as we've been doing this, I think that it's starting to circulate because I saw a comment already, and I don't know, y'all. We're just gonna keep doing it and see how it goes. And if it goes well, it goes well. And if not, we're not gonna be doing Love and Marriage
please act
Huntsville.
right so we could keep Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Well,
Y'all gotta act right. Come on, y'all.
I already saw a comment, so I'm like, Lord Jesus. But with that being said, I want to thank you guys for joining in with us, the people up here, for joining in and giving us your thoughts on Summer House episodes 6 and 7. I definitely want to get into casting and what we think and who we think should stay and go. So we'll do that at the end of the season after the reunion, give our grade overall for the season, and then give who we feel like should stay and go on the finale episode. Hopefully, we'll get reunion looks, official reunion looks, so we can break those down as well soon. And in the meantime, continue liking, subscribing, and commenting. Thank you guys for everything. And y'all have a good night. What the people in there talking? Hey, people. Okay. Oh, thank you to the people. Thank you, Amanda K. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Dollface, Rumley, and some of the other people who were in here earlier. Thank y'all for showing us a lot of support. And y'all have a good rest of your Monday. Good night.
Good night.